My name is David Phillips. I'm with Sustainable Engineering and Design, or SED for short. Now, the 6 categories that are on the checklist are sustainable sites. And I just want to take a quick point on sustainable sites. A lot of that's geared towards the civil engineers. You know, preferably if the owner can contact a civil engineer or somebody that's going to help on the project before they purchase the property, do a partial due diligence study. Because you don't want to put a building on top of a wetland. You don't want to put a building in prime foreign land or something that's going to damage the environment. Ideally, you want to try to locate your projects where you have infrastructure such as water, sewer, drainage, electricity, phone, cable, etc. So it's important to look for some of those things. The other thing is look for pedestrian connectivity and vehicular. Do you have a high-speed rail system? Do you have bus stops nearby? Because the nice thing about that, you can keep the traffic off your roadways and use mass transit. There's other items in there: stormwater design, heat island effect, which we just talked about earlier. The other column is water efficiency. Now this is the one that I was talking about previously as far as trying to use innovative wastewater technologies, using underground storage facilities to store water for irrigation. You can also use it for flushing toilets. You can take it one step further. You can use your shower water and the water from your sinks, not your kitchen sink, because you typically dump oils and other things like that, but your bathroom sinks and your showers, you can use that water, do a small treatment process, and use that to flush your toilets. So there's a lot of innovative things that are out there. The next category is energy and atmosphere. And this is usually when you'll get an architect or a mechanical engineer on board, and they'll make sure they design your mechanical systems, your AC, your heating systems, your lighting control, and try to maximize the efficiency that you're trying to pursue. Materials and resources, the next category. This one is geared more towards the contractor. The contractor plays a very huge role in LEED certification because as a design professional, we try to design, show them the avenues they need to pursue, but it's the responsibility of the contractor. And one of the important things is making sure that they recycle the material on site. Remember the 40% I was talking about before, how much it goes to the landfill? So you're paying for the material up front, and then you're going to pay to send it away somewhere. So it seems like a waste of money there, doesn't it? So what they typically do is they'll set up 5 to 10 storage bins on site. They'll have paper, plastic, metals, and so forth, so on. And they have a very strict program that they work with all the subcontractors, making sure that they properly place this material. Then they coordinate with another person or a manufacturing person to come pick the material up, send it to the recycling facility, and reuse it again. So you're not dumping it in the landfill. Now, some of the other things that the contractor is responsible for is if you're trying to retrofit an existing building and you want to save your walls, your roofs, or whatever you want to do, you get points based off of that. And it's the contractor's responsibility to try to help make sure they can do some of the things that were designed initially. Recycling materials we mentioned, material reuse. The other interesting item is using materials within a regional area, within 500 miles of your project site. You get points for that. Using certified wood from a tree farm, for instance, in lieu of somewhere else. So it's an FSC certification that you get for that. Indoor air quality. Indoor air quality is when the contractor is building the project, and let's say you have a 5-story building. You enclose the structure, you put all your windows, your doors in place, and you have workers that are working in there. During the summer, August month, it's real hot. You have to have AC. So you can either use your system that was initially designed, or you can put a temporary system in. Either way, you have to put a filtering system in there because you have a lot of dust particles, you have the paints, there's emissions from the paints, sealants, the woods, everything that you work with is going to have some type of an odor to it. So you want to make sure that doesn't get clogged in your system, so when you open your building up, you have a dirty system. So what the contractor does is they use a nice high efficiency air filter, and then once everything is said and done, what they do is they replace that filter with an even higher efficiency filter system. And then they go through a 2-week period where they replace all the air in the system with nice natural air, clean out the system. So that you get points based off of that as well, as far as the level that you're trying to pursue. There's thermal comfort on controlling your own light fixtures and your heating in your facility, and daylight, window levels, the amount of windows you have. You're trying to introduce natural light into your facility. Now the last category is innovation and design. Now you get 1 free point for having a LEED accredited professional on your team helping you out. That's 1 free point. Now the other things that they're trying to introduce is green certification. LEED certification is fairly new. So, there's things out there that people are going to run across. Nothing ever fits in the norm. They're trying to attract innovative design. And I was trying to think of an example to give everybody. And the one I could think of, just as a practical point, is on a school project, for instance. I've done quite a few K-8 schools, elementary schools, and the one thing they have is a chiller plant. And a chiller plant uses 3,000 to 5,000 gallons of water. And they cool the water down, and they run that cold water to ductwork into a school, and that's what they use to cool your buildings down. So you're using almost 6,000 gallons a day with that water, and when it's done, they dump that water in the sewer system and they use it as makeup water. So what you could do is you could almost use rainwater, make sure it goes through some type of a cleaning system based off of the mechanical engineer's design, and use that water for makeup. I mean, we get 40 to 60 inches of rain here in Florida. Use that water. So I mean, that's just a rough example.